Hello and welcome to Pop Snitch Pod. I'm Rachel.
And I'm Brandon.
And we are here to chat about life, love, and other mysteries. What you doing, buddy? I haven't seen you all day.
I know. I got stuck at work. That's why I'm in a different locale today. But we're ready and raring to go for another episode of Pop Snitch.
I asked you what you did today, and you said you're ready and raring to go.
Well, I am. Let's see. I had meetings all this morning. I went to lunch with some people from work, and now I'm back here hanging out with you.
All right. Well, fascinating.
Yeah.
I got that out of the way.
Great. The Christmas tree's up.
Yes, and that was all you.
Yeah.
You do a good job of doing all of that.
And
I sat there and looked at my phone the whole time.
And if you haven't joined us for 25 Days of Snitchmas, that's available on all of our socials, where we're asking you to snitch on your relatives, snitch on people at work, snitch on your friends about lovely, delightful, insane holiday stories.
Yeah, I mean, anything you want some advice on, or you just want to out people about whatever brings you happiness and joy. And we thought about it because I just randomly on the Pop Snitch TikTok posted about what happened at Thanksgiving for my family. I didn't go, we didn't go home. We never go home for Thanksgiving because the idea of paying to go home for Thanksgiving and Christmas so close together when we live so far away just doesn't make sense for us. Yeah. And so we haven't done it in 15 years. We did it the first year we were in California, and then we were like, you know what? No. So anyway, I posted about what happened there. You're welcome to go look at it. And I cannot tell you how many people commented, look up triangulation. Do you know what that is?
Triangulation? No.
It's like a therapy term.
Okay.
I looked it up, and it's where two people have to triangulate about another person. And it's funny because I don't know if I'm saying this right. I could be using it completely incorrectly, but my mother and I have to triangulate about my brother sometimes, and my brother and I have to triangulate about my mom. And I'm sure they probably do it about me, though I don't know what they would do it about. But I'm sure it happens. Can you think of what they would triangulate with me about, or about with me?
Well, I mean, there are certain things that both of them would do that would upset you. So I imagine there always has been some level of triangulation between all three of you at different points, because I think there are certain things that they're very similar about that you could not be more different from. And so they're talking how do we do this thing that we want to do and it won't upset Rachel or something like that.
Yeah.
I could totally see that happening.
Yeah, for sure. They are very similar, and I am called upon to handle all of the issues they don't want to deal with.
Right.
And anyway, so in this particular instance, my brother out of nowhere a couple months ago just told my mom, BT dubs, by the way, when you're old enough, I'm going to put you in a home. He said, I'm talking about him, singular. And she said, excuse me? And he said, yeah, no, that's going to happen. I lived with a guy one time, didn't like it, don't love a roommate. I'll only live with my cat forever. So that does mean we're going to find you a different residence once you are unable to take care of yourself. And she said, well, then I'll go live with Rachel. And he said, I'm sorry. In New York City? I don't think so. In her 1-bedroom apartment? And she said, well, I'm going to go do it. And she relayed to me that he said, don't count on it, which made him really mad. And then he said that I live in New York. It wouldn't make sense. Do the math. All of this came to a head because he accused her of lying. I didn't understand that she said this to me on Thanksgiving Day, but it didn't take place on Thanksgiving. And so it became a big text war where they were both sending me screenshots of the same text conversation that they were having. It was so stupid. She was supposed to go in to get her hair done the next day. She threatened, she canceled, and it was a whole thing. It was so frustrating, and that kind of stuff happens constantly. And so, yeah, I learned a new therapy term, triangulation.
Well, there it is.
So there you go, some secondhand therapy for you. I think it's bad. It's the thing you shouldn't do, probably.
I mean, what's so funny is that it's somehow on Thanksgiving, this came up, and the thought wasn't, hey, let's connect as a family and think about all the ways that we're thankful for each other. It was, someone's going to put me in a home one day and I got to know what the plan is.
Yeah. One thing about my family, since my dad died 15 years ago, is it 15? Yeah. There is no fun to be had. Like, my mom, like, I keep calling her straight edge. I guess it's like teetotaler. Straight edge is like for someone our age, they would call it teetotaler. She doesn't drink. She doesn't smoke. She doesn't, and I'm not saying you have to do that to have fun. Like, obviously you don't, but I'm saying it as like, she thinks all those things are terrible, awful, no good. And she can't be friends with anyone who does any of those things. If she hears a curse word on the television, it's like she's been shot with a rifle. Oh my God, turn the channel. And so like we can't watch, like we literally, the one time she came to visit us in New York City, we were like, let's go see a movie. We got to get out of the apartment. There's too many people in this apartment. And so Brandon's like, let's go see The Incredibles 2. First of all, that's how long ago it was that she came to visit me. Secondly, as we are on the train, on our way to go visit there, she tells me, I'm so sorry. I looked at this website. It's a website that parents look at for their children. And she's like,
infant children.
Well, not infant, but like children. Obviously not infant. They can't talk. But my mom's like, they curse like 3 times, Rachel. I can't do it. I was like, well, what do they say? And she's like, H and D. And I'm like, are you kidding me? They say hell and damn 3 times together collectively, and you can't see this 2-hour movie or hour and a half movie? And she's like, I can't do it. And I was like, okay, great. Well, we'll just wander around these streets with Granny walking at like the slowest pace imaginable, and you being mad that we can't all walk at that slow pace or everyone behind us will murder us. It was just a disaster. So like every time we go there, all that happens is all day, mom cooks. If I try to help, there becomes an altercation. And then we all sit down at the table. Everyone eats so fast because tension has built in the air all day, because she's got tension with her partner. There's tension with us. There's tension with like my brother. There's just tension everywhere, right? But nobody can talk about it. We all have different political, spiritual, like none of us can talk about any of that. So it's just bubbling to the surface. And then we eat. All we can talk about while we're eating is the food itself. And then afterwards, I usually just go up to my room and pray to fall asleep as quickly as possible.
What a lovely season we have ahead of us.
Merry Christmas.
That's what my dad, like anytime people used to get like in their feelings or start like getting in arguments at Christmas at my grandmother's house, my dad would just always scream out, Merry Christmas! like it just got all tense and stuff, and dad just like, Merry Christmas!
Well, it's so hard because like I love my family. We have so much lore and there's so much like explanation behind why everybody's like this that I can't really like, put on the World Wide Web. But it's like, my brother put it really well, especially with dad dead. It's just a pressure cooker of personality. And it's just, we know there's going to be a blow up. We just don't know which one of us it's going to be and who it's going to be aimed at. It's just a mess.
Who's it going to come from?
Well, you hide in the pantry.
I will.
I know. You do it every time. You literally get stressed and I'll find you in a closet or a pantry or upstairs watching TV, trying to be as quiet as possible.
Well, my family likes to shove things down, not talk about them. And so when there's screaming and outright argument happening, I tend to retreat.
Yeah. No, we scream. We get it out. We do what we got to do. And then we're over it. And the bubble bursts and we get through it. And it takes you a while to come down from whatever's happened. It takes you much longer than it takes us.
Indeed.
But that's fine. And so that's just like, I know when I go back for Christmas that this lingering issue of mom wondering if she's going to be in a home is going to be a whole situation. And I'm like,
it's coming up.
Well, I'm like, I don't know where I'm going to be in 20 years. Like, I don't know what to tell you. I don't even know if we can afford a home. You might, have to sleep in the street. I don't know what to tell you. She's like, so it's important that you be thinking about me.
Prepared.
Yeah. And I'm like, well, why is this my job? And she's like, you really need to talk to Seth about investing. And I'm like, okay, again, no one taught me. I went on the internet and said how to invest. And then I learned things and then I did it.
Well, let's jump into your list here.
Okay. The outline starts out.
You're not in the center at all.
Oh my God. Okay. Sorry. God forbid I stretch.
I know.
All right. The outline starts out with a question. Can Hugh Jackman sing, or are we being gaslit?
All right. So I put this on the list because last night they were showing previews for his new movie where he plays basically like a Neil Diamond impersonator. And in the commercial, he's singing Sweet Caroline. And it's fine, but it's just like, it's very like, Sweet Caroline. And it's just like, and I'm like, the man, and Rachel was like, well, how do you feel about his voice? And I was like, well, I mean, he can hold a tune.
No, the words you said were, well, there's noise coming out.
Well, yeah.
And
like,
it's fine.
It is a
sound.
And it's a sound. And then Rachel says, he can hold a tune. And I was like, yeah, but that does not say, people are not going to go around saying somebody who can hold a tune is a singer.
Sure.
Or should be on Broadway or should be in this movie. I don't know. I'm not as convinced as other people. I will say I enjoyed him in Les Mis, but he was a grizzled criminal. And so maybe like the voice of a grizzled criminal, he can achieve.
It was a different character.
But like the Music Man and all of this, I'm like, I don't see it.
You feel like it's being shoved down your throat that Hugh Jackman can sing.
Yeah, well, they're trying to convince us he's a song and dance man.
Yeah, I mean, there are plenty of people on Broadway who have incredible voices, and he has a voice.
Yeah.
And it holds a tune.
And it's not bad, but it's not my cup of tea. I'll say that.
Okay. All right.
So the jury is out on can Hugh Jackman sing?
Okay. I think we could safely say he can hold a tune.
Yes.
But can he sing?
Agreed.
Okay. Have you heard what is going on with Lindsay Hubbard and Johnny Bananas?
I mean, I've only heard just the bare bones of it, which is that Johnny Bananas was somehow trying to claim that Lindsay's baby might be his.
This this was so crazy. He went on a podcast and insinuated that when she did her pregnancy announcement, he was, for a moment, afraid that the baby might be his. And so Lindsay Hubbard went to her Instagram and was like, I'm so sorry they didn't teach you this in school, but you have to actually have sex to have a child. And what we did would not a child make. And then she said something about like, stop, I'm sorry you're trying to cling for relevance, but please let go of me.
Literally.
And I was like, woo. But like, that is a crazy thing to say.
Like, our show is already fairly niche to people who only watch reality television.
Yeah.
But I guarantee you, even less people know who Johnny Bananas is.
Johnny Bananas is niche. And again, it must be why he's clinging to relevance with Lindsay Hubbard. But that just like, I guess anybody going online or on a podcast and being like, this person who had a child has named the father of this child. I thought that was my baby. That's a crazy thing to do.
I thought it was my child.
I thought for a minute,
one out there I didn't know about.
Thought I was the dad. I mean, that's basically going online and being like, and I slept with her. And I slept with her. You know what I mean? Like, it's just like a weird thing to do, a weird flex. And I was like, what a bizarre. And of all the people to try to flex on, I would not do that on Lindsay Hubbard because she's going to clap back.
Yeah, she's going to clap back and she's going to hurt you. She's going to hurt your manhood.
Well, she's on 2 different shows too. Like, you're so dumb. She is going to drag you for filth all over the internet. And Johnny,
how old is Johnny Bananas? He's got to be getting towards 50 years old.
Yeah, he's got to be. Wasn't he on Traitors recently? Yes.
I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah, so I guess that's why he is still somewhat in the ether. I feel like prior to that, no one was paying attention.
Yeah, he like Road Rules the Challenge 900.
Yeah, it was like all stuff that we watched when we were kids, and we're old. So like no one now knows who that is. Yeah. But speaking of Summer House people, the other thing that blew up in the last like 48 hours was Sierra from Summer House confirming that part of the Paige and Craig split was politics.
big surprise there.
Yeah.
I mean, you got MAGA man from Charleston with this like New York socialite. Like,
Yeah.
what were we thinking there?
Well, I think that she started out as like much more neutral, or her parents were more Republican leaning. And
course,
again,
yeah.
like we have family who is like, let us not be judged by what our family believes. But I think the friendships that she has, because Hannah Berner has been very upfront about her beliefs and that she's liberal, and Sierra has been very upfront about hers. So it did not surprise me that she was open about it. And it did not surprise me that Paige has kept it kind of under wraps. I think after the breakup, she got so much backlash online that she just stopped saying stuff. Like, she has been like pretty quiet, I feel like. But
I mean, the stuff with Craig, I mean, what I'm always so surprised by is like how openly you can be MAGA now.
Yeah.
And like even in conservative circles, like in the first Trump presidency, there was still like a ton of conservative people who were like, never Trump, no Trump, don't like Trump. But now it's just like media personalities, people online, like just being out here like fully MAGAfied, fully red pilled, and just being able to be open about it. And I don't know, it's just like, it's so strange to me. And then the fact that, that they broke up, like I figured, I mean, even in the ways that he was talking about, like, you need to kind of sacrifice what you're doing and like settle down and be with me and focus on my thing. And like, your job's going to be like, there was definitely undertones of like, your job's going to be in the home and I'm going to be out there sewing.
Yeah.
Whatever. Like, I don't know. There were vibes that were kind of giving that off, even in the season. But
they broke up pretty close to the election.
Him from that crap.
Yeah, of course she did.
She literally rode for him so hard all the way to the end, and it was him who brought the ire on himself.
And on her.
All he had to do was stay and just say,
he really has not had ire. I think that's the whole thing. Like, people have not turned on him. He still has fans, and a lot of them.
I don't get that. I know.
I don't. It's because he's handsome. It's because he's handsome and he's whiny. I'm 37 and Paige, I was ready to settle down and she didn't want to settle down with me.
She had finally talked me into it and then didn't want to.
She changed her mind. She's not allowed to do that. It's just like, it's the same old crybaby stuff. And I think because that particular show is about men who age and they're Peter Pans and they don't want to settle down. Craig was the only one who did. And so the fact that he chose someone like a woman who did not, that's what had fans like, oh, I can't believe she didn't want Craig. He was hot and had money and would have settled down with her. And it's like, not everybody wants to do that.
For over a year, I didn't drink any tequila sodas and I missed out on things.
Yeah. I mean, he's a whole thing. I'm interested to see where Southern Charm takes us tonight. But I don't know. I thought it was interesting that Sierra outed it, and I'm curious if she got like Paige's permission to go in the comments, because Paige has been in the comments the last since BravoCon and been pissed at Shep and all of them. She is a comment queen. She loves popping in there from time to time and setting things straight. So I'm happy that Sierra got in there too. And I'm happy that she said the stuff about Vanita. Like Craig saying, one thing I'm really glad that Sierra did about reality TV is like pull the curtain back a little bit and be like, hey, Craig saying that he doesn't hang out, that he is not friends with Vanita is code for he will not film with Vanita. Trying to push her out of a storyline is trying to push her out of a job. She is the only woman of color in that show. That's important to note. And I think that's why there was
who is releasing that information?
Sierra was saying
that. Wow. Okay.
And like posting stuff about supporting Vanita. Because people were like, why is Vanita so mad at Craig? All Vanita did was on a podcast. She said that she took Paige's side, that Craig went out and said stuff and Paige stayed quiet. She just said that they had broken up, was like really nice about it. And then he turned it into something else and refused to put down rumors that she had cheated on him after she was like so nice about him on her podcast. That is all she said. And that turned into Craig trying to essentially get her out of Southern Charm.
I mean, when I tell you, and people can disagree with me all they want, Craig Conover is the Southern Jacks. Like, period. He thinks this is his show. He thinks it's not. What is Craig bringing to the show? Like, truly.
I mean, Craig is a huge part of the show, I will say. And I actually disagree. I think that Shep is the Jax, that I would be fine not seeing Shep anymore. I don't think he's bringing anything to the show. And I think that Craig is more of like a Sandoval character. Like if Sandoval and Ariana had just broken up because for similar reasons, like he wanted to have kids and get married and Ariana didn't, because that similar storyline did play out. Like if instead of cheating on her, he had let loose and like had a season, this would have been kind of similar. Like you'd be interested to see like what's it like, you know, several years after this relationship for you to be out there. Yeah, I'm fine with that. Maybe. I don't mind watching them, but I just get tired of them being whiny about it. I'm like, there are women throwing themselves at you. You're mad that because this is what happens with some of these MAGA men. And a lot of women talk about this online. They don't actually want conservative women. They go after liberal or independent or like strong women who have things that they don't. It's like they want to take that and tame it and bring it home and make them like, I don't even know how to explain it, but like force them into a different situation. It's like a weird desire to do that. And that's what I see in Craig, it's like an insecurity thing for him too, where even when he said in one of the previews, like, I never go out on a date with someone I haven't already hooked up with. He doesn't want anything if it's not a sure thing. And I don't know.
Yeah, not a fan.
Yeah. Speaking of not a fan, I would like to talk about my number one nemesis, Nick Viall.
Hit me.
Did you hear about what he said about Whitney Levitt on his podcast?
I just heard that he was like shaming her for not being a good mother, but I didn't hear the context.
Okay. So he and Natalie were talking about how she accepted this role in Chicago on Broadway. And they're like, oh, wow. After several weeks on Dancing with the Stars, she's just going to pack up her family and move them to New York and be on Broadway. Like, that's got to be hard on kids. Are they school age? Is she there for her children? What about Connor? And just like mom shaming her.
Well, number one, shut the hell up. Nobody cares what you have to say about her mothering. And first of all, like, she's already on a reality show. She's already doing filming. They already have to care for those kids in a way anyway. Not to mention, Connor and the kids have been out in LA for God knows how long now. And even on the show, they were talking about moving to LA to be closer to all this stuff because Whitney's making all of the money.
Right.
Whitney's entertainment ventures and stuff that she is doing is the only way that they have money to live. Mm-hmm. And Connor is basically a stay-at-home dad at this point, from what I understand.
Yeah, a proud one. Like he's happy to.
And he's like, those kids are taken care of. I have no doubt. And I don't know, like people just, like, the thing about it is people don't like that Whitney's a tryhard, and somehow it's become the worst thing you could possibly be is a tryhard. You know, someone who works, someone who actually does things and tries to make a name for themselves in this world. Like, somehow that's the thing that we need to get away from. I just completely disagree. Yeah, like, she's a little bit of a tryhard. Yes, she can be annoying sometimes, but she's talented. She can dance. She can probably sing. She, you know, has been preparing for this her entire life, and she's been given the opportunity because of a stupid reality TV show, and she's going to capitalize on it for her, and better yet, her family. What are her options?
That was the other thing they kept bringing up. They're like, can she sing? Can she sing? And
I guarantee you she can sing. She grew up in church, and she is a dancer, and like kind of all those things kind of go in tandem.
Well, and it's like they did cast her on Broadway.
Yeah.
LOL, after we've said, can Hugh Jackman sing?
I mean, seriously, like,
but she can carry a tune, obviously.
And also, like, she's benefiting from the Broadway zeitgeist right now where stunt casting is a thing.
Yeah.
Like, for Broadway to exist right now, for those of you who don't live in New York, they're not selling tickets unless they have a star. It's just going through one of those cyclical things where Broadway isn't what it used to be right now. And it has gone through these cycles through its history. Right now, we're in a stunt casting time where there is not going to be financial success for things unless there is a stunt cast. And if Whitney Levitt is going to put butts in seats in Chicago, then that's what Chicago and Broadway is going to do. And we're all, there are some parts of that I do not like, of course. Like, I don't want to go see somebody who's half-cocked go and sing on Broadway.
Half-cocked?
Yeah.
Is that a term?
Yes.
Okay.
And
so sexual.
It's not sexual. But that's what I'm saying. Like, we've got to get beyond that.
Okay. Yeah. No, I agree. I think it's, Ariana Madix did this, 2 years ago, and everybody cheered. But Whitney Levitt does it, and everybody, can she sing? She's a mom. Why did she do this? And Ariana was on a reality TV show. She got Dancing with the Stars. She went straight to this. Then she got Love Island. Now she's on a scripted TV show. Like, I do not understand why they're so mad. And I think it's what you were saying. Like, Whitney is on her face saying, I wanted this and I went for it. And people really hate that. And I'm like, y'all, relax. Let her go for what she wants. Jesus, it's crazy.
People be getting real mad about all of it.
Well, and people need to stop listening to Nick Viall. He is he is an unlicensed practitioner in relationship advice. So are we. And we say so. But we've been married for 16 years and we've been together for 20. And he tried to do the Bachelor situation and failed at it like 3 or 4 times. And then had like someone 20 years younger than him slide into his DMs. And then he was like, you know what? Let's get married and I'll impregnate you immediately. And then he's taken a sharp MAGA turn in terms of like.
Kids do they have?
They have one. They have like, unfortunately, they've suffered at least one loss, like pregnancy loss.
Okay.
And they're trying to do more, but he just like the advice that he gives, like one of the, like a caller called in. I saw this on TikTok. A woman was commenting on it and was just saying that something about her friend that doesn't have, I don't remember if it's that she didn't have a partner or wanted one or whatever, but essentially she was saying that like this girl doesn't really want to go out. She's like happy being alone. And he's like, let me stop you right there. I mean, why would you not want a partner? That's the best thing you could ever have. The idea of a woman being happy, being alone and without a child, like it was like preposterous to him that could be a thing. And it's like for you, having a partner may be the best thing that ever happened to you. That's fine. But that is not necessarily going to be true for everybody. And maybe you need to relax.
No, I mean, the big thing with him is sometimes I worry that he does this stuff, not because he actually believes it, but because he's preparing content.
Yeah, maybe.
So obvious. Like
rage bait.
He sides with men in the stories that no one likes, like Jordan and all this crap. Like, he loves to take like the devil's advocate approach to every single.
Oh yeah, he's like the guy in the history class who would be like, "What though?" Like, who would be like devil's advocate with like Nazis or slave owners. Like that's his role. That's how he automatically starts thinking about situations. Let me get in the role of the villain and see if I can see it from their perspective.
Literally the Dax Shepard of it all.
God, he's another one.
That man loves to be like, oh, I like to put myself in the headspace of a Nazi sympathizer just to kind of check it out, see how it feels on.
I think you're right, though. It probably just is rage bait where they know they're going to get clicks. And that's why I don't listen to either of those podcasts anymore. I used to listen to Dax Shepard all the time when it first started, like 10 years ago. I can't do it anymore. I just find him so insufferable and exhausting. And he talks over the guest about himself, the same stories that you've heard 1,000 times. And I'm like, I'm all set.
God.
I can't do it anymore.
He drives me up the wall.
Mm-mm. The other news that we have is that Brennan and Alexa from Love is Blind did their like little PR announcement that they are separating.
Brennan and Alexa.
Do you need to look up a picture of them?
Yeah,
they just had a baby.
I gotta look them up. I don't remember them. I can never. That's the one thing with Love is Blind. I can never remember. I can never remember like who's
That's
who.
the one thing with Love is Blind. I never remember.
Oh no. Okay.
Yeah.
That seemed doomed to me from the start.
I know. It's just sad that they just had a baby, like last year. And of course, they're like, we are committed to co-parenting. And I'm like, I mean, I hope so. That's like the bottom.
Do we really need this? Do we really need this note?
The constant like co-posts and PR language and all of that is, I'm like, okay, you're getting a divorce. I want someone to be messy. You know what I mean?
If we ever break up, then we'll just be real messy with our posts. Hopefully, even if we broke up, we'd still be doing Pop Snitch together. So if we break up, we'll just go insane and maybe start like an internet firestorm.
That's right.
And we'll just air all the dirty laundry and all the things, all the secrets we've kept for 16 years.
No, if we split up, we don't tell anybody. I'm just going to post like a thirst trap picture. And it's just going to say like single and ready to mingle. That's what I would do.
What I post. I don't have an equivalent for that.
That's up to you. You have to come up with your own content. Okay.
That's unfair to me. Well, yours is going to fly off the shelves. My content's going to stay.
You got to do what you got to do. Listen, we might not split up for like a very long time.
To go viral.
Well, you could just like cry about it like Craig.
I'm going to start an alt-right podcast. That's about the only way that
can go. Yeah. Start talking about how, there should be no fault
I've been doing
divorces.
a lot of thinking, and I made the
I don't
mistake
think women should be allowed to divorce. Yeah. I think that's going to be good for you. Just
I must
start
be
posting
fruitful
some
and
red
multiply and fill the earth.
Oof. Yeah, you can go fill it with someone else. Okay. The other thing that Madison sent us was Travis Kelce saying that he and Taylor have never fought.
Okay. If that's true, don't get married. Straight up. Sorry. That's my advice. If you're not fighting, if you haven't had a fault or a disagreement or an argument, like inevitably you will. Yeah. So you have no idea. You're getting married thinking like, we're never going to have an argument. I don't need to know. I don't need to see how this person fights. I don't need to see how this person disagrees.
Yeah.
That's lunacy.
Well, I'm like, have they spent enough time together then?
I hope that's not true. I really hope that that's fake news.
Like, is he just dumb? Like, does he not know that they've had a fight and she's been mad at him or something?
Well, maybe. I also saw something about the prenup that they're arranging. There's lots of blind items about a prenup, and that there's rumors that that neither one of them are happy with the terms currently.
Ooh. So they're fighting about something.
Yeah, and that the whole thing is that a lot of people are arguing, a lot of like legal people are arguing that Taylor should be able to say, if we were to split, it wouldn't be I keep what I keep and you keep what you keep. It would be if we break up, me, Taylor, I keep what I brought in and I keep half of what you brought in during the marriage because you have benefited so greatly from being in my orbit.
Wow.
And that anything that you get from now on, I should have half of. And people are saying that that is the agreement that her people are putting forward. That if they broke up, he would get nothing from her and only half of what they make together from now on. Like in any ventures that he has since marrying.
She's really trying to lock him in.
I mean, that's what, I mean, granted, these are all blind items. They're
right.
complete and utter conjecture, but these are the blind items that are coming in, not only to Dumois, but also in page 6, like all of them are getting this same blind item. Mm-hmm. So there's either somebody who's trying to like just create drama, but like it's coming from multiple sources. So
yeah, Interesting.
There may be some validity to it, but I don't doubt that is the legal precedent for somebody who's a billionaire.
Yeah.
Like, and whose partner will greatly benefit from being attached to them.
Well, and for her, with her career, if she's not touring, I'm wondering, like, if she does get married and have children, her ability to have that income from writing and recording and touring is going to be, like, hampered.
Yeah, and then it makes me think, like, but she's a billionaire.
Yeah.
Like, does she really need income at this point?
Well, I mean, she has dramatically, like, she put their podcast, she skyrocketed them.
Yeah. I mean, it went from a nothing burger to $180 million business.
Yeah. That's
because,
crazy.
I mean, almost solely because of the internet, like, zeitgeist of them being together.
For sure. For sure. God, that's crazy.
And not to mention his sister-in-law and his brother and his mother and everybody else who
his mom's on Traders.
Who've benefited from. You think Donna Kelsey's going to be on Traders without the Taylor Swift of it all?
Right.
Nah. So we'll see what happens. I'd love to get a snapshot of that finalized prenup.
God, I know. Dare to dream. All right. Let's talk about... All right, we'll end on some things I'm mad about because I just have some things I need to vent about at the end of this. But let's talk about SLC last night.
All right, let's hit it.
I want to first talk about Bronwyn because I love her so much.
Yes.
I love that she was like she created a spreadsheet, was sending pride flags to all of the places after that law passed. They mentioned it in Secret Lives of Mormon-wives as well. And they were putting, or at least Macy was putting like a pride flag in her front yard. But Bronwyn was finding businesses that were willing to do it and like sending it to them.
Yeah, like going, and the only place they could buy a pride flag in Salt Lake was at the sex store. So she takes Muzzy to the freaking sex store to buy pride flags every time she needs to send more out.
Yeah, that was really funny. I don't know. I just feel like she is such an interesting character because you can see her constantly searching for validation from everyone. And I just want to shake her and be like, you are beautiful and wonderful. You're good. You don't need their validation. You know what I mean?
Muzzy was trying to give her some validation. And like Muzzy is limited. Muzzy grew up super conservative, super Mormon, all these things. And I think like she's slowly learning, and like the communication they're having has even improved so dramatically in the couple of months in which the show filmed, obviously. Yeah. And even Muzzy admits to her, like, I think I know why I can't give you the validation that you need. Like, my parents never gave me that validation, but they pushed me really hard. And like, I just don't think I was equipped, or even now am equipped to give you the kind of like validation you need. But I even envy you because of the validation you're able to give your daughter. And I envy that when I see it. Like, she's going to be so much better than either one of us because you've pushed her, but you've also validated her. And I thought, like, man, that's some big shoes for Muzzy to step into, to be able to say something that clearly. And obviously it affected Bronwyn a lot because she was crying.
Yeah.
Like, I was definitely a Muzzy hater. And now at least like Muzzy is showing some heart and a little bit of vulnerability and sharing some of those things for sure.
There's a little warmth, you know, she was a snowman and there's been a little melting. There's been a little heart. I think it's interesting because we talk about this a lot. If you do things differently from your parents, I think that sometimes they can take it as like a personal blow. And it's more of like, oh, I see what they were trying to do. I'm learning from it and I'm going to do it this way. And I think Muzzy actually saw that. She was like, oh, my parents did this. I just did it like them. For you, that didn't work for you. And so you chose to do it differently. And I think that's great. And that's what she said. She was, instead of taking it as a personal attack, she said, that's wonderful. I think that's great for Gwen. And I do think that shows a lot of growth for her from the first time that we saw her this season. good for Muzzy. Happy for her. And the fact that she was even willing to address the envelopes for sending out the pride flags, because we know that Muzzy struggles, you know. They differ politically and spiritually, which, again, I think it's why I feel close to Bronwyn, because, you know, my mom and I would be in the same situation, but my mom would not do that with me ever, nor would she say those things to me. So, you know. Also, Bronwyn we know she loves to throw on a costume. We know she loves a theme, but that was like one of the most epic setups I think I've ever seen for a housewife party.
Yep. And I'll be honest, like, there was a moment there where, I mean, I'm also a Todd hater too. I mean, I despise Todd, but when she brought up the party and like spending all this money to do it, he was like, it sounds fun. And I'm like, Todd, you devil. It's like he's having fun there for a moment, planning a little party or something. And I was like, I want more of this Todd.
It's like everything he says, it's like with a like his chin is down here and he's like, okay.
And what's crazy is in all the pictures of him throughout the house and like these old photos that they show of him, he's like, he's all smiley and like freaking jovial in the pictures and all. And then like he's back to
a wide smile. And now he can barely like crack a smile.
Yeah. He's been, the world has beaten Todd up in some way.
Yeah. He's been through the ringer. Something happened to him. We don't know exactly what it is, but we know something happened to him. I do identify with Lisa. She is the girl in the group, and she is me, and I am her, who will never dress up for a theme.
She's not here for a party. She's might be
here for a party.
She's not here for a theme.
No.
A theme is not for her.
And like for me, and I'm like Lisa. I get that. You want me to dress on a theme? I can do a color. I can do theme-ish.
I can do a color, she says.
But I don't want to do a
costume. I'll do a color, no costume.
Yeah, I don't want to do a costume. They get hot, they're uncomfortable. You can't sit down sometimes. Like what they were wearing looked miserable to me. I would not want to do it either. I wouldn't.
I don't disagree with you.
Even the past ones, like where they wanted her to do stuff, I was like, I wouldn't want to do that either. Nah. Our dog is attacking the Christmas tree because I haven't fed him. Like that's how mad he is.
Well, I saw him back there on the chair a second. And then
it's 5:07 and he usually gets his food
and stuff.
Yeah, he gets his food at 5 p.m. on the dot. And if not, he turns into Demon Doug and is like, what can I do to terrorize you? Come here, scoundrel.
Well, the thing about the episode that was the most interesting to me was the Whitney Wild Rose drinking wine out on the porch with her husband, and like kind of basically revealing that he talked her into selling her business to some sort of MLM. Mm-hmm. And that's why she couldn't sell to Sephora and Ulta and all these places, and that she took that as him not believing in her. But what he was trying to do is to pull her into his MLM universe, which says so much about Justin now and what he's involved in, that he's basically like his business is like multi-level marketing nonsense.
Yeah.
And instead of like letting Whitney like bloom and be in like designer stores, he's like, you know what? I think you're more on my level. Let's sell this door to door like Mary Kay.
Yeah. I think she is setting up a storyline for her divorce next year.
Oh, absolutely. I think her and Justin are on the skids.
They are doomed. She is, and maybe Bronwyn too. When you're talking about opening up the marriage and you're talking about, and like no judgment there. Like some people do that legitimately and it works for them and great. But when you're doing it because you're like tired of your old husband, or you're mad at them because they ruined your business, like that feels different.
Things are not right.
Yeah. So I'm curious to see if I'm correct about that. I don't know, but that's how it feels.
Yeah. So I want to ask your opinion on this. So one of the biggest things that happened at the Boston Tea Party stage show that Bronwyn put on was this accusing Meredith of being like a drug addict and drunk, and that a lot of her behavior lately is coming from the mixing of like pills and alcohol. And Whitney is definitely driving that home. Heather to some degree, but Whitney really is at the center of that. So do you think in the reunion, which is actually being filmed this week, do you believe that, like, if you had to call it now, do you think that Meredith will be vindicated in any way? Or do you think that we'll actually find out that this is pretty much right? That something happened on that plane that was so egregious that it is like set the world ablaze within the housewives?
Too many people have said that it happened, that it was egregious, and they are concerned that she is either unaware or unwilling to admit that it did.
Yeah.
Like, Mary is like, hello. For Heather to be like, no, you screamed at Whitney. You screamed at Brittany. Lisa, you also did this. Like, they are all on the same page about it. I think that's the difference, because Whitney, Heather, Brittany, and Mary. Mary doesn't even like Brittany. Mary doesn't like Whitney. And she's still like, no, this happened and it was insane.
I will say that Meredith pulling out the drug tests, I've never seen someone's soul leave their body so quickly than when Whitney Rose realized that inside that bag was a drug test that she was supposed to take. Literally, her soul left her body. I don't know what's in Whitney Rose's pee, but let me tell you, it's straight up gonna come back on that test. You don't remember this?
No, I didn't feel like that happened.
Oh, you need to look back at the episode when she's saying, like, why don't you pee on the strip? Literally every bit of color has drained out of Whitney Rose's face. I'm telling you, she did not want to take that drug test, period. Because that's why Meredith did it, is because she knows, or at least Meredith thinks, the only thing that's going to come up on her drug test is
weed.
Only, a little weed. But she knows that some of these other girls are into harder product. And she knows that if they took those tests, that especially Whitney Wild Rose might come up with little white dust. Yeah.
Well, then I'm curious if they actually take them.
They don't. They basically said they weren't going to take them. But, like, you need to go back and watch that section of the show.
Yeah, I just felt like it was a stunt to project, like, onto other people from Meredith. To me, it just sounds like she, on the plane, probably did mix, like, a sleeping pill or something with alcohol and had, like, a rage, and that's what happened. But I don't know. I can't tell if they're all blowing it out of proportion or if I really hope that they have some sort of footage. You said Bronwyn alluded to the fact that they're probably going to have it at the reunion.
So there was a Chicks in the Office episode that Bronwyn was on, and she mentioned that she believes that production has footage that they're saving for the reunion, which they have been known to do.
Okay. Well, I'll be curious.
She finds it hard to believe with that everybody that was in that first class cabin from production does not have cell phone video of what happened.
Yeah. I hope so. We deserve that. If this is going to be the whole crux of, like, it really pisses me off when they do this, when they make a huge plot line about something that they did not catch on video. You know what I mean? Like, either record it and make that part of it, but if it's not, then I don't want to live in conjecture, you know?
I hope what they're trying to create is another moment like they did with Vanderpump, where they get them to talk about all of it and, like, this is what happened or didn't happen. And then Andy's like, well, we actually have cell phone footage of what happened, so we can actually roll the tape. And then we get to watch them watch it. And if that is happening, I'm here for it. If it's not happening, then we've been sold a bill of goods, and we shouldn't even be still talking about this because there's no way to determine what really happened.
Yeah, if they don't have that at the reunion, if this doesn't somehow get resolved with footage, I'm going to be really pissed.
Yeah, 100%.
Really pissed. Okay. Now, we also watched the new VPR, the new Vanderpump Rules.
I love this. So far, I'm completely sold on the cast. I think it's going to be great. I think they're going to create lots of insanity. And I love the characters. Yeah, I'm fully in on the new Vanderpump myself.
Wow, you are having a different experience from literally everyone on the internet.
Sorry, that's how I feel. I think that there's these problematic men are interesting. Like they ought to call. I mean, that first episode should have been called the Finasteride Chronicles. Every single one of those men needs to get on finasteride immediately. These are young men who want to be in Hollywood, and the recessed hairlines have already hit hard.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And they're all models.
I know. They need to learn about the products. They need to get on hymns.
Honestly, some of them just need to like copy and paste from their eyebrows. Those eyebrows had a life of their own.
Mm-hmm.
They were woolly. Like what? Why are they like that?
Are you not liking the new season? Do you not like the characters?
No, I was fine with it. I think what's hard about a reboot, I almost wish she had done a different restaurant, maybe Vegas. Like something that wasn't that, because that's like so beloved. And I think it's really hard to separate it. Like we're never going to get a cast that didn't know what it was to be on reality TV, that wasn't already social media famous, that, you know what I mean? Like you can't, that was like magic.
Yeah.
You can't recapture that.
Like I love being back in Sir. I love being behind the bar again at Sir. I you know me, like I like Lisa. I mean, I think she's problematic in a lot of ways, but like I like having her back in the ether. I don't know. Like I think it's a great, and I think like some of these characters are going to go ape crap.
Ape crap? What? Just say ape shit. That sounds crazy.
Why don't you control what you're going to say and I'll control what I'm going to say? How about that? Why don't you just stick to your own script and let me talk when I want to talk? Thank you.
All right. You can say ape crap.
I don't think I'll tell you what to say on the podcast, so I think you should probably stick away from telling me what to say.
All right.
You've hurt
sir.
You've hurt my feelings now.
How did I hurt your feelings?
Because like I'm trying to talk about something, you're just like picking apart every word I say. I don't think you should say it this way. I sent you the definition of half-cocked if you need it as well, if you didn't think was a real word. So
I just not heard it.
You're welcome.
Forgive me.
I'll educate you today on some things.
It's my word of the day.
That's right, half-cocked. There's a weird vibe between those boys too. This seems like there's a little love.
They're all in love with each other.
Yeah. I mean, literally the way they talk about each other, like let that friendship find me someone who worships me in the way that they worship each other.
They are. I mean, he literally was like, I got to get away from my girlfriend because I have to go to this workout with this man. I just want to gaze into his eyes and tell him all my problems.
Literally, like he was like, I just love him. I think he's the best thing since sliced bread.
He's giving like bug eyes, like insect.
Oh,
you know what I mean?
Reptilian. What's his name?
A gecko?
No. What's his name?
Well, I don't know his name. In my brain, the whole time, bug eyes.
We really need to start learning some of their names for sure.
Yeah, I think his girlfriend's name is Jen.
Jen, yeah, that sounds right.
But he's annoying, but I do like that he's obviously in love with that other boy who is like a player or whatever. And those weird cousin brothers are strange.
Oh, yeah, that's odd. I like Venus a lot, who is like the gay manager or whatever.
Bug Eyes is Marcus.
Yeah, and Shane Davis is the one that has the that he's obsessed with.
Yeah, so Marcus is in love with Shane, and Shane is in love with Shane.
Crazy, which is crazy for the show.
Well, it's good. It's good to have someone sober on there. I just really needed to hear someone say Pumptini.
And Natalie, who's one of the titular characters now, I mean, she is a firecracker. She is going to create some drama, and I'm here for every last bit of it.
Well, she did even before they could capture it on film.
Yeah, literally the day before filming starts, she's in the bar screaming at everyone and embarrassing herself in front of her own family.
Yeah. I will say this. I love that episode 1 is her hitting the studio to like work on a song. And you and I both were like, oh God, here we go. Sheena 2.0.
No.
Except Natalie has talent.
Natalie, thank God we finally have a sir employee who can hold a tune.
Yeah.
The Lalas of the world and the Sheenas have plagued us for far too long. And here comes Natalie.
She can actually sing. I actually kind of like the song.
Yeah, I'm here for Natalie's rise to fame.
I did get tickled when she was like, why not me? I mean, Ariana Grande like ate at the same restaurant that I ate at. We ate that food together. It nourished our bodies. And so why couldn't I sound like her? And I was like, I want to have that type of truly ludicrous thinking.
Give me that delusion, Lord.
Yes.
Drop it into my brain. Drop it into my brain.
It's the only way to get by in these trying times. You got to believe in yourself. And obviously she does. But she has some talent. And listen, we laughed at her. She took that all the way to the bank. Still, everyone knows good as gold. It still gets played.
Gold.
That's all I know about it. But yeah, I mean, she's still got that.
All the lyrics, but I'm not going to subject
No, do you really?
Yeah, I do.
Stop. I love that.
We're on the block for you. Yeah.
Wow.
Anyway. But yeah, I'm excited for more Vanderpump. I have to, if the internet is abuzz with Vanderpump hate, I can't meet you there, people.
Okay. You can give it some Vanderpump love. They're going to need you out there in these streets.
Yeah.
Okay. Is there anything that is bothering you this week that you need to get off your chest?
Well, I am mad at anyone who hasn't checked out the Snitchulation Room, our new podcast that we're on Mondays, where we take things from you that you've sent in via the form at popsnitch.com. And our first episode dropped last Monday, and our next episode drops Monday of next week, which has everything from someone who's in love with a couple to someone who's navigating a poly relationship, all kinds of stuff that we are completely unlicensed to help them deal with, but we try our best. So
yeah, we're just unqualified yappers. Have you done your Spotify Wrapped? Have you gotten that yet? I
sure have, and it disgusts me just as bad as it always does, and it is in no way reflective of what I feel like I listened to this year.
Yeah.
And I mean, there is a band on there that I'm not even going to name because I don't even want to give them any more credit, but it's impossible that they were my number one band of the year. There was a month where I was listening to them a lot for a specific reason. And there's no way I listen to them more than like 3 other artists that are behind them. So the question becomes, why? Why is that happening? And like, it just does not feel reflective of what I've listened to. It's not even what's in my playlists. So
Spotify Wrapped is a scam. It's a scam.
Yeah.
It's a scam.
How so? How are you?
I think it's a scam that's meant to shame you publicly.
Yes. Yeah. I think like the idea would be that they want you to share it, right? Yeah. They want you to share what it is. Well, I would never share it because it's not reflective of my likes.
I will take mine to my grave. No one will see it. It doesn't make any sense. It's a scam. It's stupid and I hate it. And I want to cancel my subscription anyway because I honestly don't even use it that much. But I'm like, this is so dumb and I am just done with it. I also, every playlist, anytime I try to be like, oh, I want to listen to this kind of playlist, it's like one song like that and then just all the same songs over and over and over again. And I'm like, what if, and hear me out, you did the kind of song I asked you for? And so that's why those stupid songs are on my Spotify Wrapped, not because I chose them, but because they did, because AI did, and I didn't even want it on there, and it played while I was working out. And so I'm just like, this is so stupid. I don't like it. It's a scam and I don't like it.
If you're going to listen to Spotify, it better be Pop Snitch or the Snitchulation Room.
Yeah, and that's it. That's all.
Anything else is unethical.
It's true. It's true. The other thing I'm upset about is men at the gym. I feel like we should bring back Curves. Do you remember Curves?
I do. I've never been to one. But you know what? I used to see their promotional videos and be like, now that's the kind of workout environment I'm looking for.
But what happened to them? Like, why are they not around anymore? Was it not financially feasible?
Well, I think I don't know. I don't know why, because I like the vibe was a little more relaxed workout environment for women, right? Like that was
I thought
kind
it
of,
was just like no boys allowed.
yeah, but it was more, I felt like it was more of a, workout light, and so I think what it is that it's appealing to women who don't like to work out. And so most women that want to work out and like to work out like to go and like do hard, intense workouts. And Curves was more of a like, oh, I've got this little band and I'm going to step up on this little plank. Like that was kind of the vibe that I was getting.
Okay, well, I've never been to one, but I want a gym where no boys are allowed. I'm done with it. Our gym, the minute that I walk downstairs, it smells like a stinky butthole.
Mm-hmm.
There's an epidemic of men bringing gym bags and just spreading stuff all over equipment and just being like, oh, I'm going to use that in a minute. Well, you're not using it now, you dingbat. Like,
Yeah, so
I
what
need
am I
to use
doing
that.
here?
Yeah. And they just like spread stuff everywhere. It's gross. They're like bringing towels from home and they're like, what? I can't. I was on the Stairmaster today after dealing with men doing that. I'm on the Stairmaster. I look over. Suddenly, an elderly man is topless. And I'm like, why? He has a bag and all of these other items just scattered around, like right there in front of the window. And I'm like, why does he not have a shirt on? He's sweating profusely. Just starts changing clothes out there in front of God and everybody. And I'm like, go to the bathroom. Put your stuff in your bag. Go to the bathroom. What are you doing? Why are y'all gross? You smell. You're sweating. I don't want to see your boobies while I'm trying to work. Like, I don't want to see this. I don't want to smell it.
I mean, this is why I don't like going to the gym. And if you can find a place that'll let me be the only man that shows up there, that would probably be my preference. Orange Theory kind of got a little bit like that. There was very few men there, and the men that were there were mostly gay. So it was a wonderful environment of clean people but the thing about Orange Theory, it was killing me and it's too far from our house.
Yeah. I don't know. I like my gym in terms of like equipment available and stuff like that, but time of day is important because if you go at a time where a lot of guys are there, it's just truly miserable. The other thing I am upset about is just what I can only refer to as Utah hair. And I keep talking about this, but there's an epidemic of people putting extensions in and their hair is too long and they're putting too thick of extensions in and it looks crazy. Like Annie on Love is Blind, how she had what looked like a wig on a wig. And I'm seeing this in like Mormon wives. I'm seeing it in Salt Lake.
And the rest of the hair keeps going.
Well, and it's like they're having a hair down, like all the way down to their butt crack. And I'm like, y'all, it just looks so weird.
It's compound hair.
It's compound hair. I do not like it. It is odd. It doesn't look real. I'm just done with it. It's like horse hair. It's so thick and it's that same stupid wave. Can they do anything else with their hair? There's just nothing interesting. That's why I like Bronwyn's bob so much. I'm like, thank God she knows how to do something different with her hair.
Mommy bob and little bob.
Yeah, it's so ugly. Like, I'm so done with it. I don't know what it is. Every time I see that same hair wave, I want to scream into the abyss. And like, there's nothing wrong with having long hair, but there is such thing as too long. When it's hitting your waist, it's too long. When you sit down and you sit on your hair, it's too long. Okay?
Compound level.
Compound. Yeah. You got to get out of that. You got to stop. You've reached your limit. Okay? Cut it. I feel like they're going to feel the same way that people now feel about eyebrows when all of us had like too thin or too thick of eyebrows. They have hair blindness. It's
What's
too
that
long.
saying from the Bible or whatever that used to say like a hair is a woman.
It's like her glory.
Yeah. They really taking that to heart there in Utah.
They sure are. Like, this is my glory. I need to grow it out. But it's not even their hair. They're just popping it in.
The higher the hair, the closer to God.
I know. The clip-ins, that's not good.
No.
I'm not liking it. I'm not liking what I'm seeing because I'm seeing the clip-in. That's got to go.
Yeah, for sure.
And here's the thing. I could never be on reality TV because here's what I know about myself. I would see it in horror and I would have a new face, a new body, I would immediately be like, well, I need plastic surgery.
Yeah, it's hard enough for us to film the 25 days of Snitchmas. You're critiquing every look that you had, and I'm like, you look gorgeous, and everybody's always telling me how beautiful you are. You know who they never say that about? Me. No one's ever like, hey, right on that Pop Snitch feed? Brandon. He's really looking tight, high and tight. Everybody comes up to me at my job, and they're like, you know what? Rachel's looking beautiful on that Pop Snitch. I'm like, yeah, I agree. Anything else? Anybody else look good on there?
Would you like to add to that?
Yeah.
Anyone else looking pretty good?
Else on there doing good?
You have an extra compliment to hand out?
Yeah, I'm not getting any.
I'm sorry.
Well, your
I'll make sure
in the the iTunes
iTunes
iTunes reviews.
Oh, Apple.
Grandpa's come out. iTunes.
Grandpa just found out what podcast is. He wants you to give an iTunes review. Can you give me an iTunes review, son, and a compliment?
I prefer using my iPod Classic. 120 gig.
Do you remember we used to literally download stuff and watch it on that tiny, tiny screen on your iPod?
Oh, yeah. We used to watch entire episodes of The Office on a screen this big.
So, I mean, that's probably too big for what it was. And we were like, this is crazy. We can like watch this in the car.
Watching TV in the car.
The year was 2006?
Maybe even before that, realistically. Like those the iPod classics that had like the first thing with video on it.
It was 2006.
Yeah, maybe.
We met in 2005. That was 2006.
Yeah, okay. But I had already had it for a while.
I already had it for a while. It was already like super cool. Oh.
All right. So everybody out there needs to submit to the Snitchation Room. It's our advice podcast that we've just started. You need to submit because we need more content. We've got some great ones, but we really need to start stocking those up. So if you've got something you want advice for, you want us to weigh in on, whether it's with your boss or your family or a lover or a future lover or potential lover, please put it in the Snitchation Room. You can find that link at popsnitch.com.
We also need some more Snitchmas. We have like a decent amount right now. We need like to be safe, like 6 or 7 more. So give us your Snitchmas stories and I will have Brandon film me at an angle that doesn't make me want to jump into a river.
All right.
All right. Thank you. Bye.
Bye.